Welcome in, everybody. I'm CrusaderEffect, and today I wanted to go over one of my favorite formats for Hunt Showdown. What that format is called Zero to Hero. Others may have called it Naked Runs, but I prefer to call it Zero to Hero. So, what is Zero to Hero? Zero to Hero is when a player takes a hunter, like so, take a free hunter, they unequip everything from that hunter, and then just give them a medkit. And then they go into a match, just like this. Why would somebody want to do a Zero to Hero? Well, at the beginning of every prestige, you have a very limited amount of resources and not a whole lot of weapons available to you. So what I like to do is, for a couple of rounds, I will do Zero to Hero, and taking in minimal amount of gear allows you to, one, save up gear that you get from the free hunters, and two, it allows you to make a decent amount of money if you make it out. So you're not spending a lot of money, you're getting free gear, and if you make it out, you'll get to keep all the money that you made during that round. What I like to do is go in with just a med kit, but there are other people that have gone in with no equipment at all, or there are people that have gone in with just a knife or just dusters. It really, you could play it however you want, but those are the three main ways that I've seen people do it, and I prefer just going in with the med kit. How is this gameplay different? Well, other than the fact that you don't start off with the gear that you pre-selected, you are reliant on whatever you find. So the first round is always going to be more of a scavenger hunt. You're going to want to find all the red towers, all the big towers. You're going to want to search every barn, every graveyard for things that you can use. So the reason I say the red towers and the big towers is because, as you may know, those are locations that have high probability of having a weapon. So in the red towers and the big towers, you're more likely to find a rifle or a consumable that you can use. Now, there is a chance that you're going to find a med kit or ammo boxes, but red towers are the best way to go when it comes to finding a weapon. So one of the things that I recommend for doing Zero to Hero is taking your health and setting it appropriately. So having 3 big health chunks is fine. Having 5 health chunks, or however, doesn't really matter, but this has been the optimal way that I have found for keeping your resources in good standing. So I like to have a 50, a 25, a 50, and 25. Why is that? Because a lot of times if you get hit and you don't die initially, your health will go up to 50 when it's regenerating. And then when you use that first med kit, it'll take you up to 125. I think that that's acceptable because it gives you a little bit of lenience for taking another hit, and you don't necessarily have to use that med kit, that second med kit, right away. It gives you a chance to escape. After your first round, after you've escaped with some sort of weapon, whether it be a rifle or just consumables, chances are you're going to find a rifle. Or alternatively, instead of looking for the red towers, you can go find a fight and become a vulture, picking up the scraps of weapons that people didn't want. Is it a bit slower and a little less glamorous? Yes, but it is a strategy for Zero to Hero to get a weapon. You might be asking, well, how do you get tools? Well, the way that I do the tools for my characters is, in order for me to get another tool, I need to get out with 1 bounty. If I get out with 2 bounties, then I get 2 tools. So for every bounty, I allow myself to buy a tool. And that way, it's kind of an incentive to not just run around and scavenge. Like, if you get out, you can get, as a secondary weapon, a knife. Or maybe even alerts or throwing axes, anything really. Like, on top of that, every time that you get out, however many upgrade points you have, you are more than, you know, you are more than welcome to spend them on whatever you want. I highly recommend getting Necromancer, Ghoul, and Resilience as your first 3. So if you get out with a bounty the first time, you're probably going to have enough points to get Necromancer, Ghoul, and Resilience. Those 3 things are going to make your 0 to heroes go a little bit better, because if you die as a solo, you're able to pick yourself back up and you're going to have full health because of Resilience. And then Ghoul is there to help with keeping your health up. So like if, let's say, you got shot and you don't have any first aid kits or vitality shots, you can just kill a ghoul or kill a zombie and you're going to get the next health chunk back. So those are the 3 that I highly recommend as the first 3 for any hero or for any hunter. After that, it's really just a matter of whatever you find or whatever you feel comfortable with. I have created a map for each of the maps. So for Lawson Delta, for Stillwater Bayou, and for DeSalle, I have a map which I will be showing right now. And this will give you a good idea of where all the spawn points are, which are the little blue cowboy hats, and the red towers, which are the red pieces, and then the big towers are the double red pieces. I highly recommend just having a map up and going to each one of those towers and finding a weapon. If there's a big distance between where you're at and where the next red tower is, there are some guaranteed spots that you'll find. So if you find a cemetery, there is a high probability that there's going to be a shovel there. If you can get yourself to a supply point, there's going to be either an axe or a hammer, unless somebody's already run through there and taken those things. If you find a barn that has hay, there's a good chance that you'll find a pitchfork, all of which are really good first round weapons that you can pick up, that if you ran across somebody, you have a fighting chance of killing them and taking their equipment. That's all that I have for it. So as a recap, 0 to hero is going in with with no equipment, or with just a medkit and a melee weapon. And then you're going through and you're finding all the equipment that you're going to use, and that's how you're going to play this character until they're level 50. And then once they get to level 50, then I typically let them sit there with all the equipment that they have and all their stuff, and I don't use them. I let them bask in the glory of being a hero. Thank you for watching my video. Please like the video if you liked this video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Happy hunting!